Hey, so I have gotten a lot of questions on my other videos about sew-ins. I just figured I'd come on here and answer the questions that seem to keep on repeating. Right now I'm wearing a sew-in and as you can see I have my hair in a ponytail. The braid pattern that I choose to use when I want to wear my hair in a ponytail or a bun when I have a sew-in is this. I did flat iron my hair the first day that I had the sew-in, and then I touched it up a few days later. Since then, I have not flat ironed my hair. I use foam rollers and I'll set my hair with those at night and leave them in, and then my hair is curly the next day and I like it like that. I've had my hair like this all day, so as you can see here, my edges are coming out. In the morning, I use this Care styling wax stick and I really like it. It smells really good. I purchased it on Amazon. I don't know how much it was. At first I was really confused about how to use it, but under here you push the stick up, kind of like a push-up or a push-pop. What were those things called? Remember with the Flintstones? Anyway, so you push it up and then you just apply it literally to your hair. So I'll show you what I mean. Then I just take my brush and I brush it. And it stays like this like all day. It's what, 12 o'clock right now, midnight, and it's been like this all day. Look how straight this hair is. It really doesn't match my hair texture, but whatever. These are actual questions from people from my other sew-in videos. So instead of me repeating what they say, I just like to show you these comments and let you figure out what question they're asking. So, with that said, I consider this to be a full sew-in. Now, you may not consider this to be a full sew-in because my hair is left out around the edges or because I have any hair left out. But I think that I have the choice to say whatever I want to say. Is it that serious? Like, I can title my videos whatever I want to title them. There's a way that you can say something and you can be nice, and then you can say the same thing and be rude. And I don't understand why people think that YouTube is a way to just bash and beat down everybody else. So I would just like to say that I consider my sew-ins full sew-ins. The questions that I get about my sew-ins not being full sew-ins are ridiculous. It's almost like people labeling their hair with the number system and getting upset with somebody because they labeled their hair a 4B and it was a 3C, or a 4C and it was a 2A, or whatever it is. Like, does that really matter? No, it doesn't. So whatever. I'm going to continue calling my hairstyles full sew-ins. And
Hi.
What's your name?
MJ.
MJ. How old are you?
2.
You're 2. What's my name?
My OJ.
No, your name is MJ. Is my name Mommy?
Yeah, my.
Mommy?
Yeah, my.
Okay. You gonna go back in there with Daddy?
No.
Why?
No.
MJ. You're so cute. I love you.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm wearing my hair in a bun today. I also have a pompadour in the front. Another question that I get is, So if you've ever sewn anything, maybe a button or hemmed up some pants or something, I don't know. If you've used a sewing machine or even a sewing needle and thread, maybe yarn, if you've had some piece of string or some kind of fiber in one hand and the needle in the other hand, threading a needle and thread for sewing hair is the same exact concept. I usually use a few needles. I have 3, and before I start sewing my hair, I usually thread them first. And of course, while I'm doing my hair, I still have to rethread them. Here's my needle and thread, and I like to use a curved needle. And I release some of the thread from the spool. I take the thread and stick it into the needle's eye. After making sure that both ends of the thread are even, I cut the thread and tie a knot. Then I cut off any excess thread. My advice is to try to get as many needles. They only cost like $1 or something at beauty supply stores. Get as many as you can and thread them all. And once you run out of thread with one, just continue, put another one in there, and then start sewing in. So you don't have to take the time to stop and thread the needle. I add extensions into my hair when I braid it just for added protection and to put a little less stress and weight on my own hair. Because when you're sewing that extra hair, it's adding weight that can pull down and cause tension and stress onto your own hair. So the added hair kind of protects it a little bit from that. Now, if you do sew in too tight or braid too tight, you can still damage your hair, but the extensions just help to protect it a little bit more. And I use human hair. Like, I usually have a little bit of extra hair lying around from other sew-ins, and so I just cut that hair off the track and I braid with that human hair. The synthetic hair can be a little more itchy sometimes, and I mean, you will like really be patting your head already, so why add to it by adding synthetic hair? I've done both. I sew under more times than I sew over the weft, but usually the needle goes all the way through the weft. I've tried not sewing through the weft on the actual hair, but I need to practice with that more. I know that like if I don't sew through the weft, then it would take less time, but I usually sew through it. I sew under the braid and through the weft. A lot of people wear their hair a certain way just because they want to, right? Because they want that style, they want a certain look, they just want to do their hair that way. So when my hair was longer, I like to wear extensions just because I wanted a little bit more length, or I wanted a little bit more thickness. And even natural now, I just want maybe bigger hair or longer hair or a different color hair. I don't put any color on my hair, so I experiment with colors through extensions. So I just like the way that extensions look, and that's why I wear weaves sometimes. When I get to the top of my head, the last couple of tracks, I'll split the wefts. And I do that so that the hair can lay down flatter. Most extensions have 2 layers of hair connected together on each weft. And so I split that in half, and I'll show you how I do that. This is the side that we normally sew on, and this other side is where you can see the 2 wefts sewn together. On that side, you'd be able to find an opening, and you just cut that opening and then pull the hair apart, and the thread will start to release. So continue this method of cutting and pulling, and then you'll have your split hair for easy blending. In case you missed it, check out my last video, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.